Hello everybody and welcome back. So today I'm going to be getting ready using some of my new makeup purchases. My parents are back from their trip and they brought these back with them, so I'm excited to try those. And Rare Beauty came out with a highlighter, so I picked up 2 shades. I have some other new products that I'm going to throw into this video that have come to me through PR, but it should be a fun one. So before we get into it, I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. I want to put some lip balm on, and I've been trying this one out from Fenty Skin. It's the Plush Puddin. It's the Intensive Recovery Lip Mask. I really like this packaging. It's fun. This would have been my dream when I was a working makeup artist. It's so hygienic. You just scroll the bottom up and a little bit shoots out, so you can take a little Q-tip, keep it hygienic. It's perfect. It is a bit on the thicker side, but it feels really good on my winter lips. I will say it's not as effective as my nipple cream, but for like an actual lip balm, it does a good thing. So this is actually the first video I'm filming in 3 weeks. I had pre-filmed 2 weeks worth of videos, but it turned out to not be enough, so I'm so sorry for ghosting you guys this last week. It was unintentional. So 3 weeks is quite a long time, so I need to catch you guys up on a few things. So right now we're in full renovation mode. I do not have a kitchen right now. It's fully ripped out. It's been insane. I'll show you the condition that I've been living in on my main floor right now. It's crazy. The new one is currently being installed. I can't believe it's here already. It's been a long time in the making. I feel like I've been hyping up this renovation for so long. It took some setbacks, of course, with the pandemic, and I wasn't really sure with what I was wanting with my kitchen because it is a lot of money and I wanted to be really sure on the design. So it took way longer than I was expecting, but I think it's going to be worth it. It's looking beautiful. It's been a dream come true for sure, and I have been vlogging the whole thing, so that will be a whole entire video on its own. I'm just going to give you like my current feelings right now. Oh, I forgot to mention what foundation I'm using. It's been 3 weeks. Sorry, I might be a little rusty. I'm using the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I don't really have any new base products. It's mostly for cheeks and eyes, but I thought we could get ready while I was doing my base makeup. So that's that on that for the renovations. But now I'm gonna talk to you about my dating situation because I kind of left you guys hanging there. But first, I'm going to put a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer in the shade Fair 3.5 right under my eyes. So we've been on 4 dates and we've decided to go our separate ways. It was quite neutral, I will say. I knew he wasn't my man because he couldn't really have real conversations. He lacked a lot of depth there. It was always very surface level conversations. Just by day 4, I was already feeling starving for like a real connection and those real fun conversations. I'm someone who really needs that depth right away to feel connected to someone, and it just wasn't there, and I just wasn't completely feeling it. I felt like I was convincing myself to really like this guy just because I was bored. I haven't been on dates recently and I was just trying to have fun with someone around the holiday season, I guess. I did get the sense that he was looking to increase his notches on his belt, and I wasn't really willing to contribute to that. So we went our separate ways and we're no longer seeing each other or talking to each other. So expect to see more first date get ready with me's in the near future. But yeah, it was fun. It was mutual. It was a healthy little situational breakup, I guess. Yeah. I honestly felt really relieved when we decided to cut things off. I just knew he wasn't for me. Now I'm just going to take my Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom setting powder with a dry sponge, and I'm going to lay that right under my eye to set them. And the last reason why I pre-filmed so many videos, I'm really nervous to talk about this. I'm sweating. I can feel it behind my knees, but I did get a procedure that I've been wanting for a very, very long time. I got liposuction on my double chin, and I am so happy. I did name my double chin Linda Chinda, and Linda Chinda did get evicted. I'm still a bit swollen, like on my cheeks right here and parts of my neck, but I did vlog that whole experience as well, and I'm still vlogging how I'm healing, and I'm waiting for good before and after photos. I'm going to ask my doctor for like the official photos because they're they show the results really well. But yeah, that's going to be in a whole other vlog. I just wanted to be upfront with you guys just in case if I look a little bit different. I don't want you guys to think that I did like gua sha one day and my double chin ran away. Linda was stubborn. But I did want to ask you guys if you had any questions about this, leave them in the comments down below and I can do like a little Q&A at the end of that vlog, just so that I don't miss anything. But yeah, I'm just going to touch on it, but now let's move on. That's where I have been. Now I'm just going to pat this away under my eyes. That's looking really good. I'm also getting ready to go see my girlfriends tonight. So I'm wearing my bestie earrings. So now let's bronze up, and I was in the mood for a classic here, the Fenty Beauty Into Sun Sunstalker Powder Bronzer. This is like one of the go-to bronzers in the winter time, just because it has a very neutral tone to it. It never pulls too orange on my skin, and it's such a beautiful diffusible bronzer. I feel like it looks quite good, because sometimes bronzers can look really weird on my winter skin shade. I just didn't feel like messing around today. Nice. Oh, I'm so happy to be putting on makeup today. I just haven't the last couple days just because I've had so many people in my house for the renovations. I don't know, I'm excited to have this time for myself in my quiet house. It's been really good. I might enhance that just a little bit with the Cosmetics Sculpting Bronzer. I'm tempted to see what this looks like just in the hollows right here. I want to exaggerate that. I am going to a restaurant with like lower lighting atmosphere, so I don't mind amping it up a touch. Okay, so there we are. That's it for my previously owned products. Now let's get into Simi Haze. So initially I was so excited. I had this brand on my radar for quite a while. I was following them on Instagram for a really long time, but now that I have the physical products in my hands, I'm already not feeling the most impressed, especially with this little lip balm. And that's not even it. The closure is really, really loose on here. Like I feel like if it was in my bag, it would completely come undone. And that's not it. Are you ready for this? Look at how little you get in this stupid little product. It looks like a dog's private parts. I won't even lie, it's so tiny. That was the first thing I unboxed and I was immediately like icked out. But then other products of theirs feel really large in packaging, but there's like such minimal amounts of products in here. It's insane. This one's okay. This is their Red Moon Solar Tint Blush Duo, and you get 5 grams of product in here. And I was comparing it to other products. I just grabbed some of my other favorite kind of creamy blushes. So let's see, for About Face, you get 10 grams in their Cheek Freak blushes, 10 grams. In the MAC Glow Play blushes, you get 7.3 grams. In the blush sticks from Huda, you get 5 grams, so same amount as this, okay. In the Gucci, ew, in the Gucci Beauty blushes, you get, I don't even know, 5.5 grams. And in Rose Ink, you get 4.5 grams, which I thought you got more in here. But yeah, so you can see, it really depends. But this one does look interesting because you get 2 finishes in one blush, but it's in the same shade. So this side is a dewy finish and this side is a matte finish. I'm going to give them a swatch on the back of my hand. I did it immediately when I received these products. I was too curious. And there is quite a difference between the formulas. So this is the matte side and this is the dewy side. So I think this is the product I'm most excited about. And another thing that I noticed is that the shades online look vastly different from what they look like in person. I got another one of their blushes. This is the Sun Flush All Over Tint. I picked up the shade Soft. And in this product, you get 0.10 fluid ounces or 2.9 milliliters. And it's this kind of soft brown shade. But what I have in here does not look like that. That's not what I was expecting when I ordered it, that's for sure. I'm going to be using this one. Let's put it on. I'm feeling the matte side today. Let's do that. And I'm just going to use this dense brush from Royal & Langnickel. It's their complexion one. And I'm just going to tap a little bit of the excess in the palm of my hand. And this helps me to gauge the amount of product I have. Online, this color, Red Moon, is described as a brown red. I wouldn't say that there's any brown in there. I feel like it's like a pinky cranberry red, and it looks very different online, but it's still cute. It's just not what I envisioned. I'm happy to see that it's blending out. Okay, it's not the best, but it's blending out and it's shearing out. It feels nice. The matte side, when I was blending it out on my cheek, feels just like a powder does, which is interesting. I don't know, not feeling it entirely. I'm just going to take my foundation brush, kind of sweep at the edges because I feel like I over blended that a bit. I'm just going to control it. So now for highlighter. So I've tried these out a couple times. I've worn them 3 times so far, and I don't know how to feel about them. There's qualities that I feel like I wouldn't like usually with highlighters, but there's also a lot of qualities that I do like. It's a very interesting, different formula. I haven't felt anything like this in ever probably. I was gonna say a while, but ever. I did one of them very dirty, so just beware of that. This shade, Exhilarate. So initially it felt kind of like a spongy highlighter, like a powder cream hybrid, just like the Glow Play blushes from MAC, but it's not. I pushed a little too hard. But as you can see, it's like super, super illuminating. It's very intense. And I also picked up the shade Enlighten. I'll give them an opaque swatch on the back of my hand. I did take some swatches the other day as well in a flash setting. They're very, very sparkly. So this is what they look like thickly applied. You're not going to be wearing this on your cheeks like that, but I feel like they would look amazing as eyeshadows as well. But yes, I wouldn't describe them as glittery, but they are definitely sparkly. But they also sink into your base really well. I will show you what I mean. So I'm going to be using the shade Exhilarate with my favorite Moda Pro Glow brush. And these are pigmented. So what I like to do is just like a blush, I like to take the excess off of my hand, and then I'm going to go onto my cheeks. So they go on really, really well, and they polish beautifully. And they do give like a glass effect, but they're glimmery for sure. They kind of reminded me of the Kaja Beauty little highlighters. They kind of look like them too, but this one doesn't have that bouncy, creamy feel. Don't try it. Don't even try it. It feels like it does, but it doesn't. Don't do what I did. So they're super intense, so you're gonna wanna take a little bit more time to blend them out. And my favorite place to put this is in my inner corners. I'm going to use the brighter shade right off the bat here while I'm working this step. It is such a pretty inner corner. It's so brightening. I really like that color there. But you can see, it does give a really nice finish to the skin. It doesn't super enhance my texture like other powders do. I feel like it does really sink into your skin and it looks flattering. It's just pretty intense. I really like them though. I do really like them. I'm happy I purchased them. They're just a bit different from what I usually would enjoy. Here's a closer look at my skin. So you can see it's super reflective, really nice, but it wears very thinly on your face. It's quite see-through, but it just reflects the light so well. It does give like a glossy glass-like look, but a powder. I like it. I feel like they were described perfectly. I just wasn't really sure about how glimmery they looked. Hopefully I can capture it on my cheek, maybe with my phone camera on here. Let's see. Hopefully that did something. I feel like I'm not ready to give like my final review on them, but so far I have been really liking them and I've been reaching for them quite a bit, which says something because I haven't been reaching for highlights in a long time. So now it's time to move on to brows. I'm going to show you what I've been doing because it's a little different. Don't worry, you're still going to get a brow intermission somewhere, but I have been using the new Melt Cosmetics Perfectionist Brow Pencil in the shade Auburn. I like this color a lot more than the Kosas Auburn pencil. Kosas one can be a little orangey for my specific hair color, but this one is perfect. And I like this one because it's pretty much the exact same shape as the Kosas product. You can see it's like a little baby triangle. I'm going to quickly compare the two. So here they are side by side. So you can hopefully see they're very similar shapes. And then I swatched them on the back of my hand. This is Melt Cosmetics and this is Kosas. They actually look quite similar now that I'm putting them on here, but this color matches my hair really well once it's actually on my brows. I fill them in the exact same way, so I do a line on the bottom of my brow and then a line on top of my brow here where I have some sparseness, and then I do light little sketching motions to fill it in. And then I take the spoolie side and really work that product in. Then that usually takes away from this line over here, so I just go over it once again, just like that. I really like that color. I feel like it suits my hair way better. I've been setting my brows with this Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes mascara in the shade Dream Pop. It's a perfect color. It's like a beautiful burgundy mascara. There's also one from the drugstore I found. This is the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous mascara in the shade Burgundy as well. So if you want something a bit more affordable, I got that too. It's pretty much the exact same color, but this is for a full face of drugstore makeup that's coming up. And I actually really like this brush to fill in my brows. It does a better job at going through my brows than it does through my lashes, as I get it everywhere. Okay, wow, I'm getting way too excited with my application. That was a lot, but yeah, that's what I've been doing for my brows. Now enjoy the brow intermission. I hope you enjoyed the brow intermission, but now let's move on to eyes. I did prime my lids using the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to give the Rose Ink eyeshadow duo another shot. I kind of wrote these off, especially after purchasing one and it arriving to me completely broken, but they sent me this one in PR and I'm willing to try it. This is the shade Satin Plum and Lavender Shimmer. A lot of you still wanted to see me try these out, so I'm doing this for you. So let's see, I'm gonna start off with the cream side, which is this darker shade. I will say this color looks really, really pretty. It has like a green reflect and a super pink reflect in there as well. It looks really stunning. Okay, so yeah, starting off with this plum shade. I'm taking the Rose Ink number 8 brush. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm going to take this on my outer corner first. So this is where I want the most saturation. I feel like you're a little bit far, but I also want to bring it up a touch. Okay, very blendable. I'm now going to take a bit more, build up the opacity of this. I wonder if these are going to dry down. They're very, very movable. But what I'm a little bit worried about, it looks a little patchy just because the base shade isn't super smooth and the shimmer in it is kind of making it appear patchy. Going to take a little bit more on my lower lash line just to tie things in. Really easy to use though. I'm just a little concerned. Now with my finger, I'm taking that powder shade, which is the shimmer, and I'm going to pat this over top. I don't like this shimmer shade because it doesn't feel like it's adhering to my lid or my eyeshadow primer. It feels like it's just resting on top and it's kind of moving about as well. No. I like how soft it is. The cream side was better, but I don't like the shimmer. I just feel like it's not doing enough for me. And layering it is not helping and it's already falling out on my cheek. And I pressed it in with my finger. I don't think it's for me. I'm going to try to dampen this brush with a little bit of setting spray using my Charlotte Tilbury one. And I'm picking up that shimmer shade just because I want to see if this is going to help the situation out, but it feels way too dry. Okay, that is a lot better. I like that now. I feel like I don't really have to do this to shadows these days. It's been a while since I've done this, unless if I'm going for a specific look. But to get this eyeshadow to work and stay put, I feel like you would have to dampen it. But I do like how that looks now. It looks very glossy. I like how sheer the base of the shimmer is, so it looks really, really healthy and glossy, and the shift is fun. But still, don't think I would really reach for it ever. See, like on camera, that looks really, really pretty. Has a good sheen. It does. Okay. Continuing with the Rose Ink theme, I'm going to try out their mascara. So I actually wore this the other day. I'm just remembering that now. And I found it to be very similar to the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara, just a bit on the more natural side, not as voluminizing. So I liked it. It did wear really nicely as well. It feels very quick to apply, which I enjoy. It combs right through your lashes. And I like its banana wand shape because you're able to flip it upside down to get more volume through your lashes. It also feels very lightweight through the lash. Full transparency though, I'm pretty sure I'm going to redo my eyes for my girls' night. This is not giving me the confidence I need for a girls' night. It's not giving. Yes, so this one gives really nice lengthened separated lashes, but I do prefer Tower 28 Make Waves. I feel like it adds more to my lashes if I want. This one, it kind of just stays here. If I go further than this, it kind of clumps up a little, but I think this effect is still really pretty. So before we move on to lips, I'm just going to take a bit of my Mercier Ultra Blur Translucent Setting Powder, and I'm going to set the center of my face because I forgot to do this step a little earlier, which I have regrets because now that glitter from the shadow has kind of impaled my makeup. It's not going anywhere. It's part of me tonight. That's okay, that's okay. So for my lips, I'm going to give both formulas a try. I'm just gonna wipe off the Fenty lip balm now so it doesn't alter the formulas. I'm going to try both, then I'm going to wipe it off, add a lip liner with whatever one I'm going to land on. So let's start off with the Super Slick Lip Balm in the shade Clay. Again, similar to the blush I went in with today, this looks a lot more cranberry red than what it's described as. The shade Clay is described as a red brown, so it's going to fit the blush for sure. See, that's so pink to me. I'm not seeing any brown. I do feel like that's a good formula. I do like the texture of that. It's pretty glossy. There's a good amount of pigmentation. I will for sure say do not get this though because this is just way too small. It's expensive. This is $24 for that amount of product. There's much better out there. I love like a really glossy look like this. Makeup by Mario, Moisture Glows all the way compared to this. I don't think I'll reach for this much. And the lid sucks. It doesn't even close. It's cute, but in reality, is it? And then the other formula I got is the Velvet Blur Matte Lip Balm in the shade Roseberry. This one is described as rose, which I guess would work. I'll first start by tapping it on, kind of like what I've been doing with these types of lipsticks. This is very reminiscent of the Powder Kiss lipsticks from MAC or the Saie lip blurs, or even the new ones from Freck, the Makeup Clubs. It just has that powdery feel. There's this cat hair that keeps magnetizing to every lip product I'm using today. Where's it coming from? So there it is, dabbed on. It's cute, but again, it's such a pinky, vibrant color. I was expecting this to be more of a sunburnt kind of rose, you know? But I don't know, they lean very, very pink. Now I'm going to increase the opacity. This one does feel quite promising. I will say it's a little bit difficult to apply just because of the shape. It's very rounded already. So I feel like I just did myself dirty. I did myself dirty for sure. I feel like I look like that lady from Wallace and Gromit, the girl with the red lips. I look like this. Oh my god, I do look like her. Stop, and she even has red hair. Spot the difference. There is no difference. It's the same picture. So in this formula, you get 0.10 ounces of products, 3 grams. Did I say how much there was in this the Super Slick? In this little lip balm, you get 1 gram or 0.03 ounces. That's crazy. I'm confused because these both say that they have 1 gram. They're similar girths. I guess one formula could be lighter, one could be heavier. I don't know. I'm really confusing myself over here, but I'm very insulted by this. I'm going to move past it. I don't like this color really, but the formula feels good. And this one is cute. I will say that this lipstick is the one I like the most out of the Simi Haze products I tried out today. But even so, I feel like I would always reach for my MAC Powder Kisses over this formula. So I'm just going to line my lips using my Makeup Forever Walnut. And I'm going to pat on a little bit of this lipstick in the shade Roseberry. There. Okay. And here is the finished makeup look. I'm going to be completely honest and transparent. I'm not in love with it. I don't really like my eyes, nor do I like my lips. I feel like they're colliding a little bit. We had fun trying out these new things. Speaking of, I'm going to give you my first impression thoughts about them. So starting off with the Simi Haze Blush Duo. I think this is the product I like the most out of the few things I purchased from them. I see myself using this the most as well. I like how you get 2 different blush formulas in one. I think that's really cool, always. I'm going to have to give this another shot though because I didn't use the dewy side. This side could completely suck on my cheeks. We'll see. I am feeling a little bit let down by the color just because I was expecting a brown red, but I got like a really bright cranberry red, which I think I'm going to be able to learn to love because I don't have that many colors like this in my collection, but I do have a lot of brown reds. Things might happen here. It might work out between us two. We might be enemies to lovers. We'll see. Moving on to the Rare Beauty highlighters. I think this is my favorite product out of the new things I tried out today. I think this highlighter is really pretty. I tried it out for the last 3 days. It does wear really well. It has a very unique finish and texture, and it does perform the way it's described as. It does give like a really nice glassy look to my cheeks, but it's a powder. It's interesting and I like it. Moving on to, oh, I forgot to quickly mention, I'm going to have to try this out in another video. This is the other Simi Haze blush. It's the Sun Flush All Over Tint. I'll have to try this out another day. But now let's move on to the Rose Inc eye products. I would say skip out on both if you align with my tastes in products. I don't like the duo. I know I'm just not going to be using this. I didn't like how the cream side kind of looked patchy. I did really enjoy how blendable it was. It was very movable and it could build up on itself. I just didn't like how it tended to look a little bit patchy just due to the shimmer running through it. And I do not like the powder side. Although I altered it with some setting spray, that effect is completely gone. It's crumbled onto my cheeks. So I would not recommend these in the slightest. And for the mascara, although it's freaking cute, I love the packaging of this. It's very clean. I just prefer other mascaras more. I don't think I'd reach for this one as much. I might reach for it here and there just because I think it's cute on the outside. I just like other mascaras insides more. And moving on to the last 2 Simi Haze products, I would say for sure no to this little tinted lip balm. There's other formulas out there that are way better and that you get a good amount of product for your money. And this one's not bad. I do like the formula of this. I'm not gonna get along with this color much, but that's my personal preference, of course, shade-wise. But the formula isn't that unique. I've seen it before, but the packaging is really cute. So it's up to you. For me, I'm not ever going to be like, oh my God, this is my favorite lipstick ever. It's never gonna reach that status. I feel like this is a little bit of a harsh comeback, but you know, it is what it is. I can't love everything all the time. But that's going to be it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a like. I will make sure to list and link everything in the description down below just to make it easier for you all. So feel free to check that out and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.